Councillors in attendance are Councillor Madsen, Councillor Augustine, Councillor Nicole Jonick, Councillors Antonelli and Mayor Teresa Harding, and also in attendance is Councillor David Martin. I don't think there's any other councillors here. We have no apologies, and I'd ask Councillor Madsen to do the acknowledgement of country.
Thank you, Chair. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land and waters we share. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging as the keepers of the traditions, customs, cultures and stories of proud people.
Thanks very much, Councillor Madsen. Next item on the agenda is declarations of interest in matters on the agenda. Does anyone have any declaration? I don't see anyone indicating they've got a declaration of interests. First item of business, or business outstanding, is a response to a motion by myself made on the 13th of August 2024 requesting council officers prepare a report relating to the costings and a review as to the possibility of the following facility at the proposed Southern Resource Recovery Centre, and they are a tip shop, tool library, toy library, repair centre or repair cafe, and any other relevant matters. And that's what the report is responding to. Does anyone have any questions of a council officer? I mean, it's an excellent report. It speaks for itself, David. I can understand why we don't need any questions today. So therefore, I'll be asking for a mover, Councillor Augustine, a seconder, Councillor Antonelli. Any discussion? Yes, Mayor.
Thank you, Chair. Look, obviously, Council has been working towards a circular economy for some time, and so it's good to have this report come forward to give the community an update on some of these services, where they fit, but also where our mind is at, and sort of roughly the costs of some of the things that we're wanting to do, and if they are appropriate to be attached to council, either at the Resource Recovery Centre or somewhere else in our community as well. A tip shop has been the forward planning of the Southern Resource Recovery Centre for some years, and I'm pleased to see that's still being considered as a good fit. Recovering items before it's being disposed to landfill is a great way to promote recycling. It's better for our environment, and it's part of the circular economy that we want to see grow here in Ipswich. Tool libraries, repair cafes and toy libraries are generally community-run programs and are considered a high risk for council for safety and security environment reasons, but that doesn't mean that our community needs to miss out. We recently supported the Brisbane Toy Library with funding to come out here to Queen's Park, but also here at Intima Place as part of the sustainability festival that we had as well. And many families had a lot of fun there, and I'd certainly encourage these types of organisations to come to us and be considered part of our programming. Certainly we have the Ipswich Woodcrafters Club, which is in Division 4, which comes to mind, as well as several men's sheds in Ipswich which have really talented, handy members that perhaps is something that we could partner with or do something in the future. Thank you very much for bringing this notice of motion, Chair.
Yes, well said, Mayor. I'll put the motion, which is that the
Sorry, Jim.
Oh, sorry,
Councillor Madden. Chair.
Sorry, Councillor.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I seem to recall that we this came about after a meeting with
a resident,
former Greens candidate Danielle Mutton, who is very passionate about this. And let me say to you, Chair, that I share her passion in relation to this. So I'm very pleased to see this. This is very good information to come back to keep us informed about these types of operations, where they operate elsewhere in South East Queensland and the like. So very excited about the prospect that sometime in the future we'll be able to deliver this. But yes, I also commend you, Chair, for bringing this up as a result of that meeting with her.
Thanks very much, Councillor Antonelli. Certainly one item discussed in the report, the toy library, doesn't have to wait until we build a Southern Resource Recovery Centre, and I think it's a great idea. Any other discussions?
I think I'd just like to point out the fact that this has been something that's been going on for a number of years, and yes. I certainly have personally invited Daniel Martin to the community panels when we took residents out to the site, and discussions over a number of years in regards to a toy library, in regards to the tip shop and repair shop and many other things as well.
It should be pointed out that in the summary of the report is that the tip shop has already planned the most consistent site usage and related to associated waste activities. I'll just read out the motion before I put it. And the motion is that the response to the notice of motion in relation to the Southern Resource Recovery Centre ancillary services be received and noted. All in favour? All in favour. The next item of business is confirmation of the minutes from the previous meeting on the 15th of October 2024. Any questions before I call for movers and seconders? Yes, Councillor. Oh, yep. I'll call for a mover then, Councillor Antonelli, and a seconder, Councillor Johnnick. All in favour? Carried unanimously. The next item on the agenda is Officers' Report, Little Liverpool Range Initiative Progress Report. This is a report concerning the continued growth and achievements of the Little Liverpool Range Initiative since its inception in July 2016. Does anyone have any questions with regard to the report? If no one has any questions, I'll call for a mover and a seconder. A mover? Councillor Johnnick, and a seconder, Councillor Madsen maybe? Oh, Councillor Augustine. I'll read the motion. First of all, I'll ask if there's any discussion before I put the motion. Mayor?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
The Little Liverpool Range is a great example really of what can be achieved when we collaborate in partnership between landholders, the community and not-for-profit organisations and the government. The Little Liverpool Range initiative connects people and landscapes and ecosystems to conserve local and regional biodiversity for future generations. It's a really successful project and thank you very much for this report.
Yes, it's really one of the hidden gems in our council area. The recommendation is that the report in relation to the Little Liverpool Range Initiative Progress Report be received and its contents noted. All in favour? Unanimous. Thanks very much. The next item of business is Community Disaster Risk Awareness Education. This is a report concerning the outcomes of recently concluded grant-funded project focused on understanding and improving disaster risk awareness and preparedness in Ipswich. This 2-year Commonwealth-funded project enabled Council to temporarily employ a project officer to undertake a large volume of community education focused on improving community resilience to disasters. Any questions of the Council officer by councillors present? If there's no questions of the Council officers, I'll ask for a mover and a seconder. Mayor, seconded Councillor Augustine. Any discussion? Mayor?
If I can, Chair, this project, which was funded by the federal government, the cost about $269,000. The project delivered disaster risk awareness and preparedness education for our community. Because of this program, Council's now able to better understand the community's risk awareness and preparedness behaviours and to tailor and target our communication and education activities accordingly.
Thanks.
During the project, Council was able to deliver community education at 54 events and reach out to about 6,900 people. It's really important that we are communicating what the disaster risks are so people can be better prepared for any potential disasters. And we want to keep our community safe and increase our collective resilience. And I thank the federal government for making this education possible. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Mayor. It's very timely that we receive this report, given the storms that we've had recently. And anyone that looks at the Bremer River at the moment will see it's risen quite a bit and a lot of water coming down. And at the next Carolee Community Association meeting, Matt Pinder is going to present a report about how we intend to use the Carolee School in the event of a flood or a bushfire. It doesn't have to just be floods now, in the event of some disaster in that area. Right, the motion I'll put, if there's no other discussion, the motion is that the report on community disaster risk awareness education be received and the contents noted. All in favour? Unanimous. Thanks very much, councillors. Next item of business is notices of motion, and I don't think there are any notices of motion. The next item is matters arising. I don't think there's any matters arising. Questions or general business? I'll allow a bit of time if councillors have anything they want to raise. Procedural motions and formal matters. I don't think there are any. That being the case, I'll close the meeting at 1:45 p.m. and Trent will go offline.